going on, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are taking a look at the challenges in From Dust. So we're going to start with the very first page. This is fire. So with this mission, you only can use water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bunch of water, start from the top, and let it just flow down the bottom to put out the rest of it. And then there's one more little area right here. You'll see that I had played this one before. I didn't beat my previous record, but it's still pretty good. So move on to the running in the rain. Again, water is the only thing that we can pick up. So as we start, go ahead and send your guys to the totem pole at the end. You can, if you're using the Xbox, and with all these, you know, it's not going to be the same exact button or whatnot. Maybe if you're using the PC or whatever, but you look at the directions, figure out which one it is. But there are buttons where you can move faster your cursor. So for Xbox, if I hold down X, I can move around the screen a lot faster. So if you're wanting to get, you know, the top time, you're wanting to move really fast, you know, every second counts. So be sure you're using that. So all we have to do is just kind of stop the water as it's running down these trenches, especially when our guys get close to them. If not, you'll see that they'll get carried downstream and they'll be thrown into the sea if you're not careful. So what we're trying to do is just trying to give them as much time to cross over as possible. And I am using the drop functionality as I don't know what else to call it. I'm pushing left trigger and right trigger to immediately drop everything that's in the breath. So you know, if you just hold right trigger, you know, it kind of slowly seeps out. But with all of these challenges, you're going to be wanting to use whatever button it is, whatever system you're playing on, the buttons that allow a fast drop. And here we are at the end. And you'll see that once I get that last water out and they're moving across, all I had to do was get 5 across, so I wasn't worried about the other ones. But I'm not going to pick up anything else, because the way this works on the challenge mode is that it subtracts the time from your last, you know, action that you did. So I'm not being penalized right now for all the time that it's taken them to go and run and walk over and set up this village. It's going to count from the time that I last picked up the water and dropped it. So that's why it's important, if you're wanting to do really good on these time trials, to do as few actions as you can at the end. So once you've made that last action, go ahead and stop. So now we're ready to move on to the next challenge. And next one is Bailout. I really don't remember what these were, so I'm just having to wait until it comes up. Alright, so with this one, immediately run over and tell your guys to go up there to get that water keystone. Then while they're walking up, be dumping out the water so that when he gets up there, or she, whatever, that they'll be able to pick up that keystone and walk back down. You'll see we have a timer, and so there is a tsunami coming, so speed is the essence. As soon as you get into this map, you have to tell that person to start walking up that road. And from here on out, I'm not going to touch anything else as far as, you know, being able to move things around, because you know, I am trying to get the best time possible for you guys. I'm pretty sure that, you know, right here I could drop water on them and it would probably shoot them down the valley. But as it stands right here, you know, that's just more time that would be added on to my time. So you'll see, I believe at the end of this one, that I'll have a pretty good bit of time that was taken off from there. That looks more like a thank goodness I made it type deal. And then it's telling you that you can hang around or you can go ahead and skip it. Next challenge we got is the big wave. Alright, with this one, go ahead and as soon as you begin, send your people again to get that water keystone. And you'll see that there's some water right here on the right hand side that I'm picking up, so that they'll be able to walk to that other totem pole. And then right here is some vegetation that, you know, they can't easily cross. So I'm just going to clear out a path, because on this particular mission I can pick up earth. And I took a while with this, just making sure I had a good, clean path. But I probably wasted a whole lot of unnecessary time, so you're probably going to blow this particular time out of the water right here. But what happens is tsunami's coming again, and once they get that water key, they'll go to that first village, and then they'll split off and they'll walk over to both villages. I actually tried this a couple of times because at first I don't know what I was thinking, but I was trying to build a bridge about right there where my cursor is to that other island, and I still almost had enough time because it takes the tsunami a while to get to that back village. And it's a monstrous tsunami. I don't know that they look like that in real life, but and you would think that, you know, as many tsunamis as we have encountered when playing the campaign or during these challenges, you would think that these people would learn to get on land and just move inward, you know. That would be one big problem you won't have to worry about. But they're jamming out. Like, oh yeah, you can't stop me. One thing that I do like about this game is the music. Really adds to the game. It feels like it's the right time setting and everything. And right here, I was trying to decide, do I let the timer run down? Because I really didn't understand this message over here, that I could contemplate the results of my actions, or I could just skip this. But you can just skip it. All that means is you just sit there and watch what happens. And we ain't got time for that. We gotta move on. We gotta move on to the next challenge. So the next one is canyoning. I guess that's how you would say that. So as you begin this one, you've already got a guy who's moving up to this keystone right here. And it dawned on me that I had watched several reviews before the game came out. And this is one that a lot of people showed as far as showing off how the game is so difficult and hard. I don't know why so many reviewers thought that, because I didn't see anything that, you know, we couldn't easily solve out by just using a little bit of common sense. You know, you're not going to figure out everything maybe on the first go. But I just picked up water, and as soon as he picked up that keystone, I just dumped water on him, which sent him down the side here. So he's going to get back before that tsunami encounters. I thought maybe I needed more, and wasted a lot of time right there. So again, several of these I was just going on my first try, and I know I'm making excuses, no excuse, but yeah, he's going to make it back in time for that tsunami. That has to be pretty stressful, you know. You got to get back down the mountain, and you see this huge wave coming in for your family, kids, and stuff. But they make it. But yeah, what I was saying is, you know, it's okay to have a puzzle where you have to maybe go a few times to solve it, but I didn't think this game was just unbelievably ridiculous, which a lot of reviews that I read, they were talking about how it just, you know, had unbelievable amounts of high steps as far as difficulty goes. But anyway, here we go. Next challenge, pump it up. So with this one, I actually had to do this one a couple of times. What you don't see is there's a huge fire that's coming around all around the sides. And I started off with trying to put it out, but then I realized, well, why is this water right here in the middle? So all you have to do is just pick up the dirt and place it in these water puddles, and it shoots water downstream, and we're just going to create ourselves a little barrier right here by dumping some of the water out, letting it flow down, and it protects our village. So, easy peasy. And then you just have to sit here and wait for the fire to eventually go completely out. Again, if you wanted it to go faster, you know, if you're just trying to get through the challenges, just grab some water and dump on it at this point. But if you're trying to get as fast of a time as possible, then just sit here, and it'll eventually go out. And you'll see it's deducting that bonus time is all the time in between. This one, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Zoom, I don't know. that's weird. Alright, so I had to do this one a few times. You can only pick up lava in this level, and you have to protect the villages from catching on fire. So what do? You catch the nearest village on fire, and I don't know. I don't get this particular one. I don't understand it because I don't like destroying my own villages on purpose, but it works, and that's all you have to do is catch your first village on fire, and then the water is going to throw out the rest of the flames. And once that fire has been eliminated, that's it. I know, you're sitting there scratching your head saying it doesn't make any sense, and I did the same thing. But that's what works. So this is the first page of challenges for From Dust. So please, as always, comment, like, subscribe, stay tuned for more From Dust videos. Thanks for watching.